welcome you all to the day 3 yoga workshop. Today we are going to learn about how we can make health to become our wealth. Okay, let us start the session with a prayer song, Dhanvantri Mantra. Dhanvantri is the god of medicine. Okay, he is also a Vishnu avatar, Dhanvantri. So let us pray to the god Dhanvantri to give us health which makes us rich. Namaskar position.
वासुदेवाय धन्वन्त्रये अमृतकलशहस्ताय सर्वामय विनाशनाय त्रैलोक्यनाथाय श्री महाविष्णवे नमः। वासुदेवाय धन्वन्त्रये अमृतकलशहस्ताय सर्वामय विनाशनाय त्रैलोक्यनाथाय श्री महाविष्णवे नमः। वासुदेवाय धन्वन्त्रये अमृतकलशहस्ताय सर्वामय विनाशनाय त्रैलोक्यनाथाय श्री महाविष्णवे नमः। वासुदेवाय धन्वन्त्रये अमृतकलशहस्ताय सर्वामय विनाशनाय त्रैलोक्यनाथाय श्री महाविष्णवे नमः। वासुदेवाय धन्वन्त्रये अमृतकलशहस्ताय सर्वामय विनाशनाय त्रैलोक्यनाथाय श्री महाविष्णवे नमः। वासुदेवाय धन्वन्त्रये अमृतकलशहस्ताय सर्वामय विनाशनाय त्रैलोक्यनाथाय श्री महाविष्णवे नमः।
Next we will start with the Guru Vandana.
Guru
Yes, welcome you all to the day 3 yoga workshop. Today we are going to learn about health is wealth. In one of the yoga script, okay, Sthira Sugam Asanam. Sthira Sugam Asanam. This is written by Patanjali in one of his sutras. He has told, through the practice of asana, we can attain a state that is beyond dualities, leading to a calm and serene state of well-being. Yogasanas helps to make our body, mind and soul healthy. Okay, at the end of the day, health is something like a money. We never have a true idea of its value. We don't value the health. We run behind material things every day without understanding there is something beyond material things. Yes, we do want a job. We need a job to survive. We need a job to sustain our life. But job is not everything. You have to take care of your health also, which helps you to lead a prosperous life. In Bhagavad Gita also there is a quote which talks about yoga and health. Yogastha kuru karmani sangam tyaktva dhananjaya siddhiya siddhyo samo bhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. Yoga uchyate. Here Bhagavad Gita defines yoga as samatvam, meaning yoga is equanimity at all levels. This can be understood as a perfect state of health where physical and mental equanimity leads to health harmony. Okay. So, what we are going to achieve through yoga is health. Okay. Yoga is also called Moksha Shastra. What is moksha? Moksha is nothing but attaining final freedom, liberty, and emancipation. Emancipation means blissfulness, blissful effect, and not giving rebirth. Just we are going to stop the cycle of rebirth with the help of yoga and meditation. That's why it is called Moksha Shastra. In the ancient Vedic scripts, yoga has been referred as a way of living to attain health and well-being. Through yoga, you can attain health and well-being. How will you bring that? You will have to bring that with the righteous use of your body, emotions, and mind. Being aware of the present and consciousness. If you are aware of consciousness and the presence, you can utilize your body effectively. Body, mind and soul will be purified with the help of yoga. To understand more about our physical aspect of our body, we have to discuss. One second. Yes. about the structural aspect of our human body. Our human body consists of 5 koshas. In yesterday's workshop also we studied about 5 kosha: Pranamaya kosha, Annamaya kosha, Pranamaya kosha, Vijnanamaya kosha, Manonmaya kosha, and Anandamaya kosha. If you see in the order of existence, the outside layer, red color, is Annamaya kosha, that is our physical body. The second one is Pranamaya kosha, which is the life force particle, or in general terms we can say prana. If prana is not there, physical body is a dead body. The third layer is Manonmaya kosha, our mental sheath. The next one is Vijnanamaya kosha, which is our wisdom and knowledge. The last blissful state of our body is Anandamaya kosha. Like our 5 koshas, we also have 3 sharira. We have 3 aspects of our bodily nature. The 5 koshas are classified into 3 sharira. Annamaya kosha is Stula sharira. Pranamaya kosha, Manonmaya kosha, and Vijnanamaya kosha comes under Sukshma sharira. Anandamaya kosha is Karana sharira. This is where the universal body exists. Okay. So here we can see Annamaya kosha is physical existence, our physical body. Pranamaya kosha, functional existence. What are the functions happening inside the body because of prana? Manonmaya kosha, psychological effect, mental aspect. Vijnanamaya kosha is intellectual or knowledge. Similarly, our body is also made up of 7 dhatus or substances. These 7 substances have been proved by even science. When they teach anatomy of physical body, they teach about the substances of the body. What are the components found inside the body? 3,000, 4,000 years before itself, our Vedas, Upanishads and Puranas and Patanjali Yoga Sutra has spoken about 7 dhatus. What are the 7 dhatus we have? Rasa. Rasa's scientific name is plasma. Rakta, blood, RBC. Mamsa, muscle. Meta, tissue. Asti, bone and cartilage. Majja is nerves. Shukra, reproductive system. These are the 7 dhatus which our body is made up of. These 7 dhatus are receiving energy from the food we eat, air we breathe, and water we drink. Air, water, and food are very important for all these 7 dhatus to gain energy. That's why we say drink water, have nutritive and healthy food, and do pranayama, exercise, to improve the oxygen content inside the body. Then this human body, see, is again made up of 3 dosha and 5 elements. What are the three dosha we have? Vata, Pitta, Kapha. These are the three doshas. Any imbalance in Vata, Pitta, Kapha will lead to disease. Now when we say Vata, it is made up of air and ether particles. Pitta, fire and little bit of water. So water is in between Pitta and Kapha. And Kapha, earth and little bit of water. If we can balance all these three doshas and 5 basic elements in our body, we have achieved good health. And our health is our wealth. How to balance this air, fire, water, earth and ether particles in our body? With the help of yoga. How to balance Vata, Pitta and Kapha? With the help of yoga. Apart from this, our body is also made up of Pranavayu, Upa Pranavayu, Nadi and Chakras. Oh my God. We started with 5 doshas, then 3 Sharira, Stula Sharira, Sukshma Sharira and Karana Sharira. Then we spoke about 7 dhatus in our human body. After 7 dhatus, we came to 3 dosha and 5 elements which are available in our body. Now the last one is Pranavayu, Upa Pranavayu, Nadi and Chakras. Purely science. No? If we understand all these aspects of our physical body, then we will know how important yoga is, how important meditation is, how important our health is. We spend 14 hours to 16 hours on job, but we can't spend 30 minutes on our yoga and meditation. That is the situation now. So what are the 5 pranas we have? First one is called prana. Then udana, vyana, samana, apana. The one which we observe through our eyes and ears, that is reception or prana, heat. Udana, through our senses, through communication with others, we have the udana or mind. Vyana, Vyana is through circulation. Heart is a functional organ of that. Samana, stomach, digestion, where we have the digestive glands secreting the digestive juices. Then apana is our excretory organs, where excretion is done. These 5 pranas has to be circulated, has to be maintained properly. Then nadi. When we do pranayama, we say Chandra nadi, Surya nadi, Sushma nadi. So when we talk about that, when we are doing pranayama, we should relate to this picture. How does it resemble? Inside our body, we have moon, we have sun, we have masculine nature, we have feminine nature. we have a portion where all the chakras are enabled. So in our physical body, we have Shakti. Right brain represents Shakti, feminine in nature. Left brain, Shiva, masculine in nature. Similarly, right nostril, when we do right nostril pranayama, we are actually balancing the Pingala Nadi, sun. Left nostril, if you are breathing to left nostril in pranayama, we are actually focusing on the Ida Nadi or moon. Sushmana Nadi. What is the functionality of Sushmana Nadi? It helps us to clear the chakras. It helps us to clear the chakras. It flows when Ida, Pingala and chakras are clear. If Ida Nadi, Pingala Nadi and chakras are clear, then Sushmana Nadi will work properly. Then last only Kundalini. Kundalini is in our Mooladhara chakra. What happens in Kundalini? Shakti meets Shiva in the 6th chakra. Where is Shakti? Shakti is in Mooladhara. Shiva is in 6th chakra. So when we do meditation, we are taking Shakti and merging or joining, unifying with Shiva, and that's where we get liberty or moksha. When it comes to 7 chakras, from the bottom we have Mooladhara chakra or root chakra. This is very important one. Mooladhara chakra, where we have Shakti is residing. The entire body's life force particles are available in Mooladhara chakra. Then we have Swadhisthana chakra, sacral chakra, Manipura, solar chakra, we call it a solar chakra, digestive glands, large intestine, small intestine area. And Anahata chakra, heart chakra. This is where love, affection, compassion develops. So if your Anahata chakra is good, you will be lovable person. You love others, others also will love you. Anahata chakra. Visuddhi, throat chakra. Great musician, speakers, motivational speakers have throat chakra enabled and they balance the throat chakra. That's why they are very good in speech. Agna chakra. In a highbrow we have Agna chakra. It enables us to reach the Sahasrara chakra. It enables us to get enlightenment. It enables us to get good knowledge. Agna chakra. So just to repeat once again, the body part is made up of 5 doshas, 3 sharira. Then we also saw 7 dhatus, 3 doshas and 5 elements of our body. Then we saw pranas, 5 pranas, 3 major nadis and then 7 chakras. I will stop it for a moment here. If you have any questions, you can ask. In another 4 minutes, the Zoom meeting platform will get disconnected. Again, we will join the same meeting and we'll do some practical session. Physical exercise based on hand movements. Okay, all right. Yes. Any doubts in this? In the next session, we will learn about hand and foot reflexology. A very interesting concept is we have everything in our hand and in our foot, but we never realize that. We have some acupressure points on our hand which enables the internal organs. Similarly, we also have some points on our foot which balances our internal organs. If we can massage our hand, that's why clapping is a very good exercise. Why do they say clapping is a good exercise? Because it enables the functionalities of certain internal organs. Here also in foot also we have some internal organs which enables, here there are some points which enables the internal organs. We will learn this in detail in the next workshop. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Please join once again in the same meeting room with the same link. Thank you very much.